There is a moment every man feels but never wants to admit, that second when the woman he loves looks at him with eyes that no longer admire him. She used to listen when he spoke, now she interrupts. She used to touch him gently, now she barely looks up from her phone. She used to stand proudly next to him, and now she behaves as if she's doing him a favor by staying. That's the moment everything changes. When a woman stops respecting you, it doesn't happen overnight. It dies slowly with every sarcastic comment, every eye roll, every moment she talks to you as if you're beneath her. And when that happens, love can't save it. Love can survive distance, stress, even betrayal, but it never survives disrespect. Welcome back to Secrets of the Night. I'm Isabella, and today we're talking about something every man needs to understand. When she stops respecting you, love no longer matters. A man can tolerate a lot. He can handle stress, bad days, moods, challenges, but what he cannot survive is a woman who looks at him with contempt. Once she stops seeing him as a man she respects, the relationship begins to fall apart. He might still love her, still want to make things work, but something inside him quietly shuts down. Respect is oxygen for a man. You can survive for a while without affection. You can survive through conflict or distance. But without respect, you suffocate. Most women don't realize this. Men don't leave because they stop loving. They leave because they are tired of feeling small in their own relationship. When she rolls her eyes, when he speaks, when she mocks him in front of others, when she dismisses his opinions as if they mean nothing, she isn't just being emotional. She's cutting the emotional bond that made him feel safe enough to love her. Love without respect becomes humiliation, and humiliation kills affection faster than anything else. The problem is that many men don't recognize this erosion while it's happening. They make excuses for her attitude. They tell themselves she's stressed, or that maybe he isn't doing enough. He tries harder, gives more, apologizes for things he didn't do, hoping it will bring peace back. But every time he gives without receiving respect in return, he loses another piece of himself. Trying harder doesn't rebuild respect. It destroys it. Because women don't admire what they can control, they admire what they can rely on. A woman feels safe when a man has standards, when he can say no, when he refuses disrespect disguised as emotion. The moment she realizes she can yell, belittle, manipulate, ignore, or emotionally punish him without consequences, her attraction fades not because she's bad, but because human nature stops respecting what seems weak. A woman doesn't need to agree with everything a man says to respect him, but she should listen, value him, challenge him without humiliating him, and disagree without tearing him down. When that balance disappears, and every conversation turns into sarcasm or cold silence, a man starts emotionally checking out. Many relationships don't end from cheating or major fights. They end from quiet disrespect, the kind that builds slowly over time. A small dig here, a mocking joke there, ignoring what he said, comparing him to someone else, questioning every decision. It makes him feel inadequate, like nothing he does is ever enough. He starts doubting himself. He loses his edge. And when that happens, she senses it too. She no longer sees the strong man she admired. She sees someone trying too hard to please her. And that kills attraction faster than anger ever could. Men are often told that love is about patience and understanding, but they are never told that endless patience with disrespect teaches her that she can keep doing it. A woman can say she loves you and still disrespect you. Love and disrespect can coexist, but not for long. Love without respect becomes manipulation, dependency, or pity. Real love is built on admiration. When a woman looks at her man and is proud of who he is, she stays soft, feminine, and caring. But when she starts seeing him as weak or desperate for validation, her tone changes. Warmth turns into irritation. Connection becomes competition. And what's tragic is that many men don't react at first. They think staying calm, loving, and patient through her disrespect will earn her back. But all it does is show her that his dignity is negotiable. The more she senses that, the less she respects him. A woman cannot admire a man who refuses to stand up for himself. Women may test men emotionally, that's normal, but they don't want a man who fails every test. They want someone who knows his worth. That's why so many men eventually say, I still love her, but I can't do this anymore. It's not about a lack of love. It's about realizing that no love can survive constant disrespect. Respect is the foundation of intimacy, attraction, safety, and trust. Without it, even the smallest argument becomes a battlefield. Respect isn't something you demand, it's something you maintain. But maintaining it does not mean begging for it. It means carrying yourself with self-respect, clarity, boundaries, and direction. The moment you sense disrespect in her tone, her words, or her behavior, you must address it immediately, calmly, directly, without fear. If she cares, she will adjust. If she doesn't, she will push back or get defensive, and that tells you everything. There is nothing more painful than loving someone who no longer respects you. You try to remind her of what you used to have, but it never works. Respect cannot be negotiated. Once it's gone, it rarely returns, unless she sees that you're willing to walk away. That's when she realizes she's dealing not with a man she can control, but with a man who values himself more than her approval. Ironically, that's often when she begins respecting him again, because she sees he's not afraid to lose her. This is not about dominance or control. It's about self-respect. You are not her project, you are her partner. When you hold that frame, she feels safe. She may test it, but deep down, that strength is what makes her feel secure with you. A woman may love a man for his kindness, but she respects him for his strength. And respect is what makes her naturally softer, more loving, more feminine. Some men think respect comes from being cold or distant, but it comes from consistency, emotional control, direction, and boundaries. It comes from walking away from drama and protecting your peace. That is what earns lasting respect. If you are in a relationship where you feel unheard, dismissed, or constantly criticized, ask yourself, are you staying because you love her or because you're afraid to lose her? Love without respect becomes dependency, and no man should ever have to beg for respect from the woman he loves. A good woman will challenge you, but she will never humiliate you. There's a difference between accountability and cruelty. And once you learn that difference, your entire love life changes. If you ever think, maybe I'm asking for too much, remember this. Respect is not too much. It is the bare minimum. If she cannot give you that, it doesn't matter how much history you share or how much you love her. Because love without respect is just emotional noise. A woman can say she loves you and still treat you like you're not worth listening to. Don't trust her words. Trust her behavior. Tone never lies. Love is supposed to make you stronger, not smaller. If you have to shrink yourself just to keep her happy, that's not love, that's control. The moment she stops respecting you, the relationship stops growing. Because a woman who respects her man builds with him. A woman who doesn't destroy piece by piece while still saying, I love you. That's why when respect disappears, love stops mattering. This is Isabella, and you're watching Secrets of the Night. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Where are you giving too much and receiving too little? Keep that balance. Put yourself at the center and watch how the dynamic changes, because the moment you stop chasing is the moment she starts. This is Isabella from Secrets of the Night. Thank you and see you in the next one. Bye.